All right, hello everybody. Thank you for joining. I am Riley with the T Storm Chasers, and we're going to take a look at your forecast. But before we do, here is a brief word from our sponsors at Cube Portable Storage.
What are you doing?
Decluttering?
Moving? Remodeling? In need of temporary storage, emergency cleanup, or just need to declutter? Cube Portable Storage has the perfect solution. Rent your Cube Portable Storage container today.
And don't forget, they got roll-off dumpsters for the other stuff. Call Cube Storage for all your moving needs.
Okay, good morning, everyone. Today is Friday. Happy Friday out there. Today is January 9th, 2026. Let's go ahead and jump into this morning's video. Taking a look firstly at what we got going on here. The eastern part of the country, you notice a lot of rain going on all the way from Canada, Ottawa, Toronto, all the way down, into Michigan, and then down towards the southern part of the U.S., Nashville, down towards New Orleans. A lot of rain going on that way. And then we have some snow. How about this? Colorado, New Mexico, even northern part of Texas and Kansas is seeing some snow out here in that area. So a little bit surprising there. But for our region, we only thing we got going on is we have a few snowflakes in north central Nebraska and up towards Valentine and then up towards Pierre. Just some very light snow showers there, light flurries. And then that is about it for our region. And so overall, it is a pretty quiet forecast today overall. Now, taking a look at your temperature map, and we are off to a chilly start, but not bad for early January. We are not off to a bad start. 21 degrees right now in Sioux Falls. It is 17 up in Watertown, 23 in Aberdeen, 24 in Pierre. And out towards Rapid City, it's 29 to start your day out in Rapid City. And then down into Nebraska, 25 in O'Neill, 29 in Alliance. It is 17 in North Platte, 23 in Grand Island, 29 in Omaha. Into Iowa, it is 35 in Cedar Rapids, 33 in Des Moines. It is 27 in Spencer, 28 in Mason City. It is 35 in Ottawa. And then up into Minnesota, 26 in Minneapolis. It is 19 in Wilmer, 21 in St. Cloud. It is 23 in Marshall, 25 in Mankato, and 28 in Rochester. Overall, 20s to start your morning. It is not bad for this time of the year. That's about average. We should be in the 20s for this time of the year. We're going to be above average once again today in temperatures. And in the temperature department, we are going to be mild overall. That is the trend of this forecast. We're going to jump ahead to what's ahead here. We're going to look at your weekend forecast. We're going to look ahead to what's ahead next week. And we're going to hash out all the details of your forecast here in just a minute. But first, let's hear a brief word now from our sponsor at CE Construction. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at your future radar picture. And as we play this out throughout today, again, we're looking dry here, not seeing much here on the radar picture. Now, as we head into tomorrow, your day on Saturday, initially in the morning, tomorrow morning, there could be some snow showers in far eastern Minnesota there, Minneapolis area, and then into eastern Iowa, Des Moines, and then points east of Iowa there. And then for your day tomorrow, we're looking at some snow showers out in western and central portions of South Dakota, the Pierre area, Winter, Chamberlain, then down into north central, northeastern Nebraska. And that will continue there tomorrow. And then we're not looking at a lot of accumulation out of that either, by the way. We're not seeing much accumulation. And then a high pressure will kick in, and then for your day on Sunday, it looks like we'll just be blustery and cold. But overall, dry forecast on Sunday. And then on Monday, same story. We're not seeing anything. It's looking dry again on Monday, and we'll warm back up on Monday. And then Tuesday, Monday night into Tuesday, there could be a disturbance up in Minnesota, as you can see there. But overall, not looking like anything big or major there. But as we play this out again, as we go through Tuesday through Wednesday, looks like, there could be a little disturbance, a weak disturbance maybe on Wednesday. That would take us out to the 14th of January. But at this time, confidence is still low in this system. So would not take a lot of value in that. Now on Thursday, there could be a system coming through our region that would take us out to the 15th, and you can see there, if this scenario plays out, this is 6 days away, so it's still quite a ways out, but we're getting to a chance of snow at least. The confidence is starting to grow a little bit in terms of that. And then we'll see what happens maybe on Friday. It lingers around, and the system could persist through Friday. But that is still, a week out, so a lot can still change. Take it with a grain of salt at this point. The models are not confident yet in that, but it's something to keep an eye on for sure, and it's something we'll continue to monitor for you. But for the short-term forecast, again, we're looking at tomorrow with some scattered snowflakes in central South Dakota. All right, so now as we take a look at your temperature forecast here, let's play this out. Let's take a look firstly today. Again, we're going to be about 10 degrees above average for this time of the year. We're going to be in the 30s mainly across our region. Overall, not bad at all for early January. And then as we head into your weekend, though, we're going to start to cool down a little bit. Looks like we're going to see temperatures fall into the 20s for most of our area. Some teens in Minnesota, looks like. Maybe even some teens in the far northeastern part of South Dakota. Obviously the colder air up to the north into Canada and North Dakota. But for Sioux Falls, we're going to be in the mid to upper 20s for a high on tomorrow. And with the, snow chances in central South Dakota, we're going to be, in the mid-20s. And then how about Sunday? Well, it looks like the cold air is going to start to move east on Sunday. Minnesota is still going to be cold in the teens and 20s. But for everyone else, in the central part of the region, 30s and 40s, upper 30s for Sioux Falls. That's about 10 degrees above average. And we're going to be in the 50s out to the west, western Nebraska into western South Dakota. We're going to be significantly warmer. And then kicking off your week, look at this. Look at these numbers. We are going to be close to 50 degrees in Sioux Falls. Very, very warm. Even Minnesota is going to be in the 30s and 40s. 40s in Iowa, and then 50s in Nebraska, and 50s in South Dakota. Even Rapid City could hit 60 on Monday. So a very, very nice forecast, and a lot of spots going to be 20 to 30 degrees above average for this time of the year. And then on Tuesday, look at that. Look at these numbers. Low 50s for Sioux Falls. I think that's very doable. The models are in agreement. Sioux Falls most likely will be hitting 50 degrees, maybe even on Monday, but it looks like Tuesday is going to be even warmer. 50s in Nebraska and Iowa, 30s and 40s in Minnesota, 40s and 50s in South Dakota. A very nice forecast overall. Again, 20 to 30 degrees above average once again. We're really going to be maxing out on these temperatures. But then on Wednesday, you start to notice something. We start to cool back again in temperatures. So it's not going to last. It's only going to last a couple of days. And then we're going to start to fall again in temperatures, as you can see here. Back into the 20s for most of our area, most of our region on Wednesday, the 14th. Now, as we play out the rest of this temperature outlook, taking a look at the GFS model using Pivotal Weather. By the time we get towards Thursday, it looks like it's going to be about the same story as Wednesday. We're going to be slightly warmer out to the west with temperatures in the 30s and 40s. But then in the eastern part of the area, we're going to be stuck in the 20s. At least, again, this is according to the model runs. And then by next Friday, this is a week out, looks like you start to notice some Canadian air moving through the area. Now, I think some of these numbers are a little bit bullish. They're a little bit lower. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Some of these numbers are a little bit low, I think. I think we're going to be probably somewhere in the 30s for Sioux Falls. Now, areas to the north and east of Sioux Falls could be colder, into the 20s. And so that's something we're keeping an eye on. Maybe even the teens by the time we get towards next Friday. This is the map a week out, showing that colder air up to the north and the warmer air farther to the south, 30s and low 40s. And we're going to be sandwiched in the middle for our region. We're going to be in the upper 20s to low 30s. And we'll see what happens after that. Saturday could be another cold day. Sunday could be another cold day. We will see what happens the following weekend, but for the next week, we are looking at overall a very mild forecast overall. So that is going to wrap things up for this morning's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And be sure to check us out on Facebook and X, as well as Instagram and TikTok as well. So we'll be back for another video later today. Thank you guys for watching.